You have not texted anyone in 3 months. Your birthday passed without a party. When friends ask to hang out, you say you are busy. But here is the twist. You were not lying. You were busy. Busy protecting your peace. And honestly, you have never felt lighter. People probably call you cold now. They say you have changed. They might even say you have entered your villain era. But here is what nobody is asking. What if you did not just cut people off? What if you simply stopped pretending you were not already alone? What you are experiencing isn't a personality flaw. It is a biological emergency brake pulled by a nervous system that has given too much for too long. Let's explain why walking away was the only way you could survive. To understand why you are drowning now, we have to look at the years you spent keeping everyone else afloat. You did not wake up one day and decide to be heartless. You woke up after years of being the glue. You were the reliable one, the unpaid therapist for your friends, the one who drove hours for someone else's crisis, the one who remembered every birthday while yours was treated like a suggestion. You were operating on a strategy of overgiving, hoping that if you loved people hard enough, they would eventually love you back the same way. But then, you hit a low point. You needed support. And what did you hear? Crickets. This is the exact moment your brain shifted gears. From a neuroscience perspective, your brain is an energy manager. Its primary job is to keep you alive, and it is constantly running a background program we can call a biological cost-benefit analysis. For years, your relationships have had a negative ROI return on investment. You were pouring high-value emotional glucose into connections that offered zero reciprocity. To your primitive brain, this energy deficit is a survival threat. Continuing to invest in these dead assets is as dangerous as bleeding out. So, your nervous system performed a hostile takeover. It forced an emotional audit. It looked at the spreadsheet of your life, saw the massive debt of energy you were carrying, and decided to declare bankruptcy on your behalf. It cut the power lines not to hurt them, but to stop you from bleeding dry. It wasn't malice, it was math. This harsh calculation did not come from nowhere. Your brain is not just reacting to the present. It is predicting the future based on a blueprint drafted years ago. In neuroscience, this is called predictive coding. Think of your nervous system as a machine designed to minimize surprise. If your early experiences with connection involved inconsistency, maybe a parent who was emotionally unavailable, or friends who only valued you when you were useful, your brain encoded a painful algorithm. Vulnerability leads to abandonment. Intimacy leads to pain. For years, you ignored this code. You tried to prove the algorithm wrong, but every time a friend ghosted you after you helped them, or a partner shut down when you needed comfort, the code was reinforced. Now, your pattern recognition is hyperactive. You are not waiting to see if someone will hurt you. You are predicting that they will. This brings us to the behavior that confuses everyone: preemptive abandonment. Why do you cut people off before they actually do anything wrong? Because your brain has simulated the ending, and it refuses to sit through the movie again. By walking away first, you are hacking the system. Being left behind makes you a victim. Walking away makes you the architect of your own solitude. It is a desperate attempt to regain agency, the feeling that you are in control of your own emotional safety. If you are resonating with this, if you realize you have been predicting pain rather than experiencing the moment, drop the number 3 inches the comments right now. This small action proves you are not just passively watching, but actively doing the work to decode your own mind. You are not broken for doing this. You are simply tired of the same ending. But here is the catch. This supercomputer brain of yours doesn't just predict pain, it starts to see danger where there isn't any. This heightened state of alert turns you into what psychologists call hypervigilant. But let's call it what it really is. You have become an elite emotional detective. While others are blindly swiping through relationships, you are scanning for micropatterns. You notice the subtle shift in tone when you stop being useful. You catch the convenient excuses that always favor them. You see the exit signs months before anyone else realizes the relationship is dead. People, especially the ones benefiting from your lack of boundaries, will call you paranoid or tell you to stop overthinking. But here is the validation you have been waiting for. Your pattern recognition is not pessimism. It is accurate data collection. You have become fluent in the language of inconsistency. You can translate "I've been so busy" into its real meaning. You are not a priority. You have learned that inconsistent effort is just a slow-motion breakup. So, you cut the cord. To the outside world, it looks impulsive. To you, it is simply efficiency. You are skipping the 6 months of drama and going straight to the inevitable conclusion. Now, let's try a little psychological experiment right here. We are talking about breaking social norms, so let's break the YouTube algorithm too. If you are resonating with this video, comment the number 0 below. This represents your new policy: zero tolerance for one-sided relationships. But if you dislike this video, maybe because it feels a bit too real or uncomfortable, hit the like button. Yes, do it. Let's confuse the algorithm the same way your boundaries confuse the people who try to manipulate you. You see, you aren't antisocial. You are anti-fake. But there is a hidden danger here. When your filter becomes too tight, you don't just filter out the bad people. You risk filtering out the flawed but good people too. This brings us to the most important reframe of this entire video. The world tells you that isolation is a symptom of sickness, but in your case, isolation is the medicine. You are not rotting alone in your room. You are incubating. Think of it this way. If you spent years eating nothing but junk food, your body would eventually demand a strict detox. Your relational diet has been filled with junk food connections, people who consumed your energy without offering any nutrition in return. Your system became toxic. Cutting everyone off is not an act of aggression. It is a relational fast. You are clearing your palate so you can eventually taste the difference between genuine love and mere attention. People often misunderstand why you prefer the quiet. They think you are hiding. They don't understand that for you, isolation isn't the opposite of connection. It is the absence of rejection. It is the one space in your life where you cannot be abandoned because there is no one close enough to leave. It is the only time your nervous system isn't waiting for the other shoe to drop. You are using this time to recalibrate your baseline. You are teaching your brain that peace is not boring and that chaos is not love. You are building a security perimeter, not to keep the world out forever, but to keep it out until you are strong enough to handle it on your own terms. So, stop calling it loneliness. Call it solitude. Loneliness is the pain of being alone. Solitude is the glory of being alone. You are currently in a VIP section of 1. You are not refusing connection, you are refusing the broken version of it that you were sold for years. You are waiting for the upgrade. Here is the final truth. You are not the villain of this story. You are just the protagonist who finally stopped setting themselves on fire to keep everyone else warm. Cutting people off isn't an act of hate. It is an act of supreme self-preservation. You realize that you cannot keep pouring from an empty cup into people who treat you like a free vending machine. You are breaking the generational curse of being too nice at the expense of your own existence. The walls you built, they are not keeping you trapped, they are keeping you whole. They are buying you time to heal so that one day you might open the door again, but only for those who know how to knock with respect. So, stay in the quiet as long as you need. You are not cold. You are just finally protected. If this video helped you feel seen, subscribe for more psychology that validates your reality. You are doing just fine.